Hi, my name is Fran Cadrone, and the story I'm going to read you is called Freedom, the Legend of the Bleeding Heart. That's the story that I wrote. Freedom, the Legend of the Bleeding Heart by Fran Cadrone. While her cat perched on the window ledge beside the potted plant with its one blossom, the old woman hobbled to the whistling kettle. She could feel winter in her bones now. After pouring the hot water into the teapot, she covered it with a cozy. Her cat jumped heavily to the floor. There in his dish was his daily can of tuna. The old lady poured the hot tea into her china cup. The china cup fitted her knobby, knuckled hand perfectly. Her fingers, over time and use, molded to fit the handle. Her cat was fat and lazy after years of tuna and window sunning. Like the cat, the woman's body too had changed, fitted to the shape of this old lady. This old lady settled into her favorite spot, beside her potted plant with its one blossom, with her cat on her lap. Taking her teaspoon from her saucer, she began to dig a little into the plant's hard dirt and whispered in her old lady voice, "It is hard." "It is hard," answered the plant. "You water me every Tuesday and Saturday. You turn me to the sunlight every Wednesday and Sunday. Every day you give me tea leaves. Yet my soil is hard, and I am root-bound. I live this. We live this. My life is all routine now." "All routine now?" the old lady asked. "Plants are created to be wild, our roots spreading deep in the earth, our whole being in the sun," answered the plant. "We wrap ourselves in freedom. Our leaves hide wild cats, our flowers given to lovers and heroes. Let me tell you the legend of the bleeding heart, a legend from long ago. Long ago, a common boy loved a princess with all his heart. 'Will you marry me if I give you 2 rabbits?' he asked. 'No,' she answered. 'Will you marry me if I give you 2 slippers?' 'No,' she answered. 'Will you marry me if I give you 2 spurs?' 'No,' she answered. 'Will you marry me if I give you 2 mandolins?' 'No,' she answered. Heartbroken, he took a dagger and plunged it through his heart." "Through his heart," whispered the old lady, fingers gnarled around her teacup. "Through his heart," thought the fat cat purring on her lap. "Through his bleeding heart," answered the potted plant, as its only blossom dropped onto the windowsill. The next morning, when the old woman settled to drink her morning tea, she found the plant, fallen off the window ledge and into the garden. "Freedom," thought the old lady as she poured her tea into the sink. My illustrated manuscript was formed from an idea that I got at the Creativity Workshop in Barcelona this summer, and it was developed from looking at a picture of a bleeding heart that I took in my garden just before I left for Barcelona at the end of June. Wendy, Warren, and I developed the idea as we looked at the pictures, and we thought that a good idea for our project would be to base our illustrated manuscript on the idea of the legend of the bleeding heart. The ideas behind the legend can be found on Google or by listening to some old people as they talk about it and as they take the bleeding heart apart and find all the pieces inside. And inside you will find the spurs, the mandolin, the slippers, the rabbit, 2 rabbits, and of course the dagger. I hope you enjoyed my story today. Thank you for listening.